watching Dog Eared Musings, and I'm Monica, and today we're doing a bit of a book haul, but this is a bit different, because I'm currently going through my last weeks of grad school where I have a huge paper that's due, but of course I need something fun to read in the process, and I didn't have time to go to the library, but I had somebody pick out a couple of secret books for me, and so we're going to be finding out what books were selected for me. So this was a mystery for me at first, but I did do some research just so that I won't be fumbling about what the titles are, or not fumbling as much as I usually fumble. So this first book is called Daughters of a Dead Empire, and it's written by Carolyn O'Neill. It's got some really cool illustrations. There's weapons! What is this book about? Well, it takes place in Russia in 1918, so after the fall of Tsar Nicholas III and the rise of the Communist Party. It follows two young girls, as you can see from the picture, who are brought together in an unlikely friendship. One girl is a member of the Marxist Party, the Communist Party, who is also trying to get money for her sick brother, and the other is a young girl who is a part of the bourgeois and doesn't want to die. So they both kind of are tasked with helping each other out during this time of political turmoil. I'm excited to read it. I feel like I don't read a lot of Eastern European lit, so I'm excited to see what this author has to say. So I think that this book is pretty relevant to current events. It'll be interesting to see how this book and the choices that O'Neill chooses to employ might be relevant to the current climate of Russia today. This next book is called Sankofa, and it's by Chibundu Onuzo, who's also the author of Welcome to Lagos. Onuzo is a Nigerian novelist and screenplay writer. She actually won an award for one of her screenplays, and she's been an award winner for previous novels. She's also written a bunch of articles for The Guardian, so I'm excited to see how her journalistic take kind of transfers into her novel style of writing. This book follows a mixed race character. I wonder why this person picked this book for me. I don't know why I'm holding it like this the whole time. This book follows the story of Anna, who is mixed race. Her father is African and her mother is white. Following the death of her mother, Anna wants to learn more about her identity. In digging through her family's past, Anna finds out that her father is a political figure, and not only that some people consider her father to be a dictator. This book covers topics based on race, identity, nationality, and feelings of home and belonging, and it's kind of in dialogue with stories about diaspora. I'm really excited to see how this novel goes. I've heard from people that this book is kind of funny, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how humor can be implemented in a story that seems pretty serious. All right, this next book is a memoir. This is Billy Porter's newly published memoir, Unprotected. I'm really excited to read this novel because I was a theater kid. I did Shakespeare theater, but I also was a musical theater nerd. Not sure if you can tell based on how cool I am in all my videos. But Billy Porter and his role in Kinky Boots, I just remember listening to that soundtrack all the time growing up. So I'm really, really excited to read his memoir. I know that the themes in this book are going to be tough. I mean, just from reading Dust Jacket, Porter talks about learning the craft in the midst of drama. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a pretty tough read, learning about Porter's growing up and coming of age in Pittsburgh as a young Black man. I'm just really excited to learn more about this person who has kind of been iconized and see more about the person who he actually is. So this last book that was picked up for me is the book Hello Kitty Must Die by Angela S. Choi. Now, I have never heard of this book, so I was really excited to do some research on what this book was about. This novel follows 3 characters. Fee, who's a young woman, Asian American, who is trying to subvert stereotypes while her family is continuously trying to set her up on blind dates, including one with a young man named Freddie. And her best friend, Sean, who is a surgeon, but also a murderer. This book employs hijinks and dark comedy to kind of talk about and demystify stereotypes. I'm really excited to see how Choi employs dark humor, and also I'm excited to see how this date ends. I've heard that it's hilarious, so I'm excited to read something light, especially now that my semester is coming to an end. I'm excited to read something that kind of leans a little bit more towards the fun side than the heavy academic text and pedagogy side of reading. So that was my haul. Feel free to comment below on if there are any books that I mentioned that you are interested in reading, or if you've read. No spoilers, but let me know what you thought about them. And I'll be back next week with some more reviews and reading material, bookish material. This has been Dog Ear Musings. I'm Monica. Feel free to like and subscribe. Happy readings.